Hi everyone, Sam here, and for today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to compose an award-winning dramatic main title. So the film is called The Birthday. I had the great opportunity through Courtney Gift to work on this film and be able to compose all the music for it. It was a short film. It was roughly around 10 minutes, and the time I had to work on this was probably like 2 days, 1.5 days, something really crazy like that. I didn't have much time to work on it, so I had to work quickly, as is with these sort of competition films. And I can't show you the film completely today because there's a lot of legal stuff and rules that I can't actually show you the film because of competitions and stuff that it's involved in. But what I can show you is the trailer, which actually has the main titles in it. Now, before I move on further, just a quick mention: this won Best Original Score in the NYC Indie Film Awards, and it was a diamond. I've competed against 5 other composers, and although the other scores were pretty amazing, I never thought mine would win, and it did. And I'm just showing you that because what you're about to hear is very, very simple. You're probably going to be thinking like, what? That one? Yeah, it won. And I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm still sort of in denial about it. But at the same time, it does set the mood perfectly. So here we go. Let me play.
I can't believe our girl's turning 13. You remember us at 13? In the summer camp?
Afternoon swimming in the lake.
Girl, bye. Kissing them boys under the stars.
Auntie Nicole.
Oh my God, baby, you are so big.
I didn't know you was coming.
Oh, he coming to dinner?
I don't know. You never know with Terrence. He works a lot. But I told you I was gonna get her to trust. Baby, can you go to your room for a little bit?
All right. Now the trailer keeps going from there. And the music you just heard was actually the main title that I composed for the short film itself, not for the actual trailers. They do that sometimes. They'll use music that one composes for the short film and use it in the trailers because it saves money, and sometimes it just keeps it very cohesive. It's the same sound. But the music you just heard actually plays over the very beginning of the film. And just to give you an idea of what the beginning of the film looks like, it's a lady kind of just washing dishes and stuff like that. Looks like something bad really happened, but they don't tell you what it is. And then at the very end, at the last couple of notes, the cops arrive. Well, you don't actually see the physical cops; you just see the cop lights and everything. So it's very mysterious. It sort of has a dark, ominous feel to it, but the music really shouldn't give anything away. And that's what I was trying to capture in the music, sort of like inviting you to, like this, this world. Like, okay, there's something mysterious going on. Like, what is she doing? Why is she washing her hands? No, sorry, not washing dishes. She was washing her hands. Sorry, I don't know why I said dishes. She was washing her hands, and she was washing something, but you really can't see what it is. And anyways, then immediately when I first saw it, this is the idea that came to my mind. Right? Right? That's going basically from a D minor C major, C major 7. It's a D minor 9. So C major 7. And I had like this little idea. It's simple. It doesn't really tell you much. It's not super dark, right? But it's kind of like, okay, I'm kind of with you, whatever. Oh, what's this? Right? And then at the very, very end, I hit you with even something more of like a chord of uncertainty, which is this. Which is the C major dominant. All right? And that kind of leads us to this. Okay? Now, the first thing I did was I orchestrated on felt piano. This is Olafur Arnold's felt piano, which I love the sound of. I'm gonna activate the mastering here. Sounds like this. So my first tip is, like I've said in other videos, keep it simple. That is basically what won me the award. Also, the orchestration of it obviously helps a lot, and the timing of it. It's various things, but really that's the essence of it. It's super simple, but it captures the essence of what the film is. And if the film ever comes out and you end up watching it, you'll see what I mean. It really truly does capture it, and that's easier said than done. It took a while of me sitting there, playing around with this idea and trying to work it out orchestration wise, in a way that it will fit. So the second thing I did was I put a couple of synths to it, sort of to give it some ambience. Yes, that's exactly what I did, and I came up with this. And that basically what that does is sort of creates that mood that, like, okay, so we have like this sort of beautiful piano part going on, right? Because we're still unsure, like, it looks like it's gonna be like a nice movie, the birthday and everything, but we have these eerie synths going on in the background, and then that's further supported by the string ricochet that I have going on here. Now this effect, the string ricochet, basically it's when the string players, they bounce their bows very lightly, they tap it like this. It's a bouncing effect on the on the violin fretboard, and they're playing the notes kind of like that, and it creates this effect, which further adds to that eeriness, is the word, to the eerie kind of feel, and it sort of helps with the mood. So I'm gonna play it just by itself. Alright, I'm gonna put that back to where it was, 2.9, and then the rest of the strings. Alright, so one of the things I like to do is, even though I have the piano playing almost all of that, the cello accompanies it to give it a color change. I'm all about color changes because you don't want the listener to get too bored with just one color, especially in this time, this amount of time. So I have the cello come in and play along with the piano, and we get this. And I play with the piano. It creates a very beautiful contrast. This is something I picked up from Alexander Desplat. Uses a lot, and I'm a huge Alexander Desplat fan. He uses this a lot in Coco and Chanel. Right? Now, I don't know if I solo. Did I solo the cello there? And then another thing I do is in those dead spaces, because we have that, we have this. Sorry, let me activate here. We have this thing going on, right? No. Actually, I can probably play on the piano since we're here already. Let me actually put the right input. It's an older session. Right? And we have a little gap there. So what I did was I had the cello section, not the solo cello, play a counterpoint to that. And you'll hear that right here. And that's when the solo cello kind of takes over, the higher register. Right, so I like to you know, fill gaps like that with a little, you know, little counterpoint ideas. And that can be anything, you know, it can be pretty much any instrument. It could have been a flute, it could have been something lower register, it could have been a bass. That's really up to you and to the mood of the film. I chose the cellos because it just felt nice, and it kind of sets you up for that sound, like, okay, now we're gonna have a solo cello coming in. And I think it worked great in this context. So now the other thing we have is sort of other violins going on here. We have some violas. It's playing tremolo. It's very soft. Very, very soft tremolo. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering, why didn't I have them playing maybe, why didn't I have them playing just regular sustains? Well, again, I'm just trying to create tension, okay? I'm trying to create tension, and tremolo, you know, has a lot more tension than a regular sustain. A regular sustain is just a regular sustain. There, you know, you can probably put it on mutes. It kind of gives it a different atmosphere, but tremolo, it's uncertain. It's constantly moving. It's like shaky. It's a very shaky feeling. That's what I want the audience to feel like. The piano is the calm part of it, but the strings are basically like the shaky part of it. Like something's not right. The synths are the eerie part of it, and then I further enhance that with percussion, harp, and Celeste over here. So I have the harp kind of doing this. And by the way, when with that last hit that we hit here, the C, which is let's correct this. That high. That's where the main title appears. So it goes, you know, and then the main titles appear right there. So it's kind of leading you into that, like, okay, dum dum dum. The movie starts there, and then, as you can see, there's not much music for a while, to more of the end parts and stuff like that, where it gets the movie gets really intense, and that's pretty much it. And then other than that, I have I think I have like a low hit down here, low bass drum hit, just to further enhance the title. But it's a very very soft hit. Okay, and that's pretty much it from what I can see. It's super simple. This is an award-winning main title, okay? And it just goes to show it didn't really take much, but it works. It worked, and it gives you enough, because you don't want to sum up everything in your main titles. You want to invite the listener into this world, okay? Even though, luckily, this has the main theme of the film in it, which is what the piano's playing. It's really inviting you into this world we're about to experience, where there's deceit, there's anger, there's frustration. So I'm gonna play you the whole thing one more time. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. If you have any other questions on this or any other musical piece that I've posted or any tips that I've posted, feel free to comment in the comment section below. You can message me directly. Again, this is a very simple main title, but a very, very effective one. And it just goes to show that sometimes, keeping it simple works. So I'll see you next time.